Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on YELP GWPH PCLN NVDA TSLA on the daily and the weekly time frame. So YELP bulls still very weak. We did get a break of 33.02, not a ton of follow through. And we did get a lower low as well, so a widening range, but I really don't like YELP for the bulls. This is a potential another bear flag for the bears, indicating continuation to the downside. Have to get over the daily middle Bollinger Band as step number one, but even then, this is such a wicked downtrend since the earnings of lower highs and lower lows. It's going to take a while to get the trust back of the bulls. We have not seen two green days in a row. We have not seen two solid green days in a row since back in early March. It's been almost a month. We've gone red, green, red, green, red, green, back and forth, no conviction, and there are not many bulls holding overnight. The weekly time frame is another potential bear flag. You can see it here. The last bounce rejected from the 4-period exponential and continued to the downside, and here we are at that resistance again, 33.12. If we cannot get over it, we do risk the potential of it being another bear flag to the downside. So the YELP bears are still in control of this trend, and it would really require a break of 35.03 to break the lower high pattern on the daily and have a convincing move for those bulls. So we still need another 6% plus to the upside before I would be comfortable going bullish, other than just day trades or really short-term scalps. GWPH, there's our dump. Bears in control, increasing bear volume, losing key supports. We're looking at 118 and then all the way down to 112 as the next support after that. So the bears are in control, the biotech sector is seeing weakness, and the weekly time frame is at risk of losing the middle Bollinger Band. If we close below 120.01, that will be significant, and we'll be looking down at that 112 next key support. So bulls need to recover by the end of this week to hold 120. Otherwise, we are shifting momentum. Well, I shouldn't say shifting because the bears have been in control for a month now, but we're just seeing continuation to the downside. The upper wicks and the lack of any bullish follow-through were the red flags. PCLN holding the daily middle Bollinger Band by $1 today. We're going to test it again tomorrow, and we have to see a green day tomorrow in order to hold that daily middle Bollinger Band. Otherwise, we are at risk of losing that support. So that middle Bollinger Band has held for over 3 months, and that would be a red flag to lose that level at this point. So tomorrow it's going to be at about 1770 or so. We have to update that at the open, and we need to see the bulls break the lower high pattern here. We've seen 5 days in a row of lower highs, and we have to break 1775 to do that. That was the high of today. Weekly time frame, very tight range still on the weekly candlestick so far, still holding exponential support. There are no red flags for the bulls on the weekly time frame. We're just looking out for potential red flag number 1 with that middle Bollinger Band that has held the previous couple of tests in the past 2 months. NVDA downgrade and all-out dump. And the way we closed with this weakness, we're anticipating a gap down open tomorrow, and I will be a buyer of that gap down open. I will be looking for a short-term oversold bounce. I'm not going to be holding long. I'll be quick to lock in those profits, but the hourly RSI is so low that I am anticipating a gap down open will be a short-term buying opportunity. Supports from here, 100 psychological, then down to 97.40. So we'll have to keep an eye on the RSI levels. We're on the verge of a bearish MACD cross, bearish TCG cross, and the most important factor here is the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly. It has held 5 of the last 6 weeks, and that is 103.47. If we close below it this week, we have the potential setup for a lower high and then a lower low if we were to break 95.17 support. So that 95.17 is the absolute must-hold level for the bulls to remain in control of the higher low uptrend. Otherwise, that lower high and a lower low is going to shift the mindset of a lot of traders and investors, and that will put the bears in the driver's seat. So gap down likely tomorrow, in my opinion. Looking for a buying opportunity on a short-term oversold bounce and keeping an eye on the hourly exponential resistances on that bounce to see what kind of strength is behind it. Tesla bulls, full-on blue sky breakout. Close at the high of the day yesterday, indicated likely continuation today. Close at the high of the day today, indicates likely continuation tomorrow. When we do see the top set, the temporary top, it will be a upper wick, in my opinion, meaning we will see a bullish move and a new all-time high, and then a lot of profit taking off that level. Might not be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. So we're going to be watching out for it, but 304.81 is resistance, and then just look at psychological levels, 305, 306. We've been watching Amazon blue sky breakout, and it's been following those psychological levels. It topped out at 900, topped out at 901. So keeping an eye on those levels and the upper Bollinger Band support, which will be in the low $300 range. Bulls need to continue to hold that to remain in blue sky breakout, lose the daily upper Bollinger Band support, and we will be looking for some more significant consolidation. We also need to be watching this weekly. Personally, I would be a bit surprised if the Bulls were able to close above this weekly upper Bollinger Band of 303.55 this week. That would mean that they need to hold strong for the next 3 days, and I do foresee profit taking and some consolidation before that. It will be normal, healthy consolidation, but after a gap up and such a strong move in 2 days, we know that consolidation is not too far away at this point, and that upper Bollinger Band resistance, we're only just barely above it at this point right now. So that's what we've got heading into tomorrow. We'll check back in. NVDA, lots of trading opportunity today, and we're looking for the same tomorrow.